SymmetryRX really has a great solution to that drug sample access question, that consistency of supply need of the prescriber. First of all, we are an online service. We are a single destination, one-stop shop for multiple brands. So there is a pattern and a consistency for the prescriber in terms of knowing where to go to get their samples. So they do not have to think of multiple websites. And we have feature technology such as recurring request. And what recurring request does is it automates the paperwork for the sample request and will send a pre-filled sample request form about monthly whenever there's a new allocation of drug samples available to the prescriber. And the practice is completely in control of their inventory. This is very important to them. Drugs are not just showing up at their doorstep. If they need additional inventory, the prescriber signs the sample request form and returns it to the prescriber, the pharma manufacturer, and they'll get their drug samples in 4 to 6 days. Now we have just added e-signature to our service, and this really accelerates the cycle time. So we have an actual time study that shows a process that used to take several days to move from the end of a prescriber receiving a sample request form to that signed form being received in fulfillment and entered in fulfillment. With our e-signature technology, that is about 18 seconds. So it is a radical difference. It brings a lot of confidence from the prescriber to the process that it's done. And this is important to them. They don't want to be thinking, did I order it? Do I need to order it? Etc. With e-signature, we also have a prescriber authentication process. And this is very important from a PDMA perspective, because we need to know that the prescriber electronically signing for the sample request is in fact the prescriber. So this is a one-time process connecting the prescriber and their email address to an identity verification process, so we know the form is going to the prescriber. Because with e-signature, you're clicking to sign. So there's no physical signature for the pharma company or their fulfillment operations to compare signatures on to make sure it's not a rubber stamp, to make sure it's the physician's actual signature, etc. And our process actually brings a higher level of authentication that it is the prescriber signing for the request than a wet signature.